Hey guys, Bazzy back here, and it is time for episode 10 of our Pittsburgh Penguins franchise mode here in NHL 25. And a very exciting video here today as we have finally made it back to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We are matched up against the Philadelphia Flyers in round number 1. So if you guys just need a refresher, here is our lines going into the playoffs. Crosby's still leading the way, you still have Malkin there. Players like that are starting to drop off slightly, but hopefully it is good enough to get us through one more run. Carlson there finishing with 94 points on the season was a monster for us on the blue line. Blomqvist, he is going to be our starter at least heading into the playoffs. We'll have to see how he performs. Let's go take a quick look at the Philadelphia Flyers before we jump into things. So their lineup is more or less what you would expect. Matvei Michkov is growing pretty well. Michael Hage ended up making his way to the Flyers. On the defensive side of things, you just really have Ryan McDonough there coming in. Outside of that, it's pretty standard. And the goaltenders, again, just guys that they've had in their organization leading up into franchise mode. And just a disclaimer here, again, if we are an early playoff exit, I'm going to add time to the end of the video. That is just to avoid spoilers if possible. Always did hate that in other series on YouTube, just kind of ruins the whole video. So if there's a bunch of black screen at the end of it, that is why, but I don't know, hopefully we don't have to do that. Let's go and start jumping into these playoffs and start simming round number 1. So first game here in Pittsburgh, come on guys. First period 3-1 Penguins, Erik Karlsson, Chris Letang, Sidney Crosby for us. After 2, it is 4-2. McCann and Lawton will swap goals there. And in the third, Adam Henrique and Matvei Michkov score, but it is still good for the 5-3 win. So there you go. There's win number 1 out of hopefully 16. Come on, guys. Let's keep this up going into game number 2. Once again, we still are at home here in Pittsburgh before we go out to Philly. First period here in game number 2, 1-0. Travis Konechny shorthanded. 3-1 though after 2, Malkin, Appleton, and Matthew Savoy. Love to see that. Come on guys. And in the third, 4-1 win, Appleton will add another as we go up 2-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers. Okay, so this is a very good start. You definitely don't want to drop those games at home. We came out swinging and we did what we had to do, so come on guys, game number 3, let's take a real stranglehold of this series. In Philly, first period, 1-0 Penguins, Adam Henrique gets on the board first. Second period, 4-1, Henrique gets another, McGroarty gets 2, Frost gets 1 back for them. And in the third, 7-1, McGroarty gets his hat-trick, Malkin and Crosby will also add goals. So just like that, 3 games in, we are up 3-0 over the Flyers. Again, we don't want to get too cocky here. Again, 3-0 series lead. We've seen those evaporate in the past. But we do have the chance to finish them off here. Let's see if we can do it. First period here in Philly, Matthew Savoy opens up the scoring, 1-0 Penguins. 1-1 after 2, Travis Konechny on the power play. And in the third, Sean Couturier and Scott Laughton will add goals for the Flyers, winning game number 4 by a score of 3-1. So still have a 3-1 series lead here over the Flyers. Heading back home here in Pittsburgh. Okay, let's see if we can finish them off here. Don't want to go any further than this. At home, 1-0 Flyers after 1, Scott Laughton. After 2, still 1-0. We need a big third period here. 1-1, Adam Henrique ties up the game in the third, and in overtime, there we go, Rutger McGroarty on the power play wins it for the Penguins and wins the series. So there we go. Only took 5 games against the Flyers. I think the team played just pretty good all around. We will go take a look at the player stats here just from those 5 games. Jared McCann, 6 points in 5 games. Rutger, he looked pretty good. Crosby, Malkin. Again, I'm not seeing any crazy minuses, which is good. Martone there, -2, only 2 assists and 19 minutes time on ice. Definitely something to monitor. Outside of that, there's some of those guys in the bottom 6 that aren't performing amazingly, but, you know, it kind of is what it is. But yeah, I really do like how this team is playing early on. I know it's just one round, but I think we're good just to continue on. Who are we going to have in round number 2? That is the question. Looks like it's coming down to the Islanders and the Devils, and it looks like the Islanders actually just won it in 7. So we will be matched up with the Isles here. Very interesting. Let's go see what their team is looking like here a couple of years into franchise mode. Not sure if they're going to have any, crazy changes. So Cole Eiserman has grown to 85, made the team. Barzal, Horvath playing very, very good and getting up there in rating. Vetrano on the team now, Backlund. You have Kevin Hayes, our former player. Put up 37 points, 82 games for the Islanders this year. Defensively, Romanov, Dobson still really good. Defensively, not much has changed, and goaltending still exactly the same. You have Sorokin and you have Varlamov. So again, a very good team here in round number 2. I still like our squad just all the way through, but only one way to find out. So looks like we're actually starting things out on the road here in New York. Come on, guys. Game 1, first period, 1-1. Anders Lee and Vladimir Tarasenko for us. Second period, no scoring. And in the decisive third, nothing. We are going to overtime here in game number 1, and the Islanders will take it. Bo Horvath gets the game winner for the Isles. So not ideal. First overtime game of the playoffs. We do drop that one. It's a close game all the way through. Come on, guys. Let's rebound here in game number 2. We cannot go down 2-0 here. Both games on the road. First period here in game 2 of New York, 0-0. Second period here, 2-1 Penguins. Jared McCann, Shane Gostisbehere. Noah Dobson gets one back for them. And in the third, Crosby and Dobson will swap goals, but we will hang on for the 3-2 victory. So there we go. We split the series on the road. It's definitely kind of what you aim to do in the playoffs. I'm fine with going back to Pittsburgh tied at 1. So game 3 here, first period, 0-0. Second period here in Pittsburgh, still 0-0. It's been very close games all the way through. In the third, 1-1 Malkin and Lee. Going to overtime once again. Come on, do we have a hero? And Matthew Savoy, there we go. He gets the game winner in overtime. So just like that, we go up 2-1 here over the Isles, dropping the first one on the road and winning back-to-back. So we have one more home game here before we go back to New York. Let's see if we can take the stranglehold of this series here and go up 3-1. Home ice advantage. Come on, let's go. First period, 1-0. Sidney Crosby gets us on the board. Second period, 1-1. Ryan Pulock gets one back for the Isles. And in the third, 5-3. So Isles just kind of ended up exploding there in the third. Team kind of just fell apart. It's going to happen in these playoffs. It is what it is. So tied at 2 here. Let's go take a look just at the playoff tree here in general. Kind of curious to see what's going on in the other side of the bracket and the other conference. So it actually looks like if we do move on, we will be facing the Detroit Red Wings, who ended up sweeping their way to a conference final. So something to keep in mind for sure. Let's maybe go take a look at some of these lines, see if there's anything that can be adjusted. Maybe Porter Martone, move him down to the third. Ilian hasn't been great either. We'll swap him with Rust, get that poise, get the vet up there in the lineup. Honestly, even Koivu in there on the third line. Swap him with Tarasenko again. Some of those guys that have been around the block maybe will do better higher up in the lineup. Defensively, I think we're honestly fine. Okay, so it is a 3-game series here. Who's going to win 2 first? Game number 5 in New York, first period, 1-0 Penguins. Jared McCann opens the scoring. 3-2 after 2, McCann gets another. Isles add 3 there. And in the third, we tie it up. Porter Martone, Jared McCann. Backlund gets one back for them, but it is 4-4. In overtime, and the Isles take it. Holmstrom with the game winner. And just like that, we are on the verge of elimination in the playoffs for the first time. So we have to win back-to-back, or we are done. Is there anything else here that we want to change in the lineup? Let's go take a look. Again, we just made a few changes there before the last game. Like, let's maybe move Henrique up. Honestly, Malkin. Let's play Crosby. It's seen the chemistry before. It's been good. McGurdy. You can stay there with Rust. Martone, honestly, is probably fine on that third line. Defensively, is there, there's not really any negatives. Like, defensively, we're playing fine. I have no issues with that side of our game. Goaltending's been fine. Again, we just have to get the luck. I don't think there's really anything else we can do with this roster. So game number 6, back in Pittsburgh. Must-win game. Come on, let's start things out with a bang. 4-2 Penguins after 1. Martone, Ilyan, Tarasenko, and Carlson your goal scorers. After 2, 6-2, Crosby and Rust add to the lead. And in the third, Martone adds another. There we go. So huge 7-2 win there in game number 6. We had to win, and we did. Now we just play in game 7 again. Do or die. Not making any more lineup changes. We played fantastic last game. Let's just continue that over. Let's finish this series and move on to the conference finals. First period, 1-1. Rust and Vetrano. After 2, let's see if we can take the lead. 2-2. Porter Martone and Matthew Barzal will trade goals. Let's go through this third slowly. Rutger McGroarty adds a goal to put us up 3-2. Power play for the Penguins goes nowhere. Come on, guys. Another power play, and it's a shorthanded goal for Bo Horvath. Come on. So 3-3 here. Jared McCann and Sidney Crosby. Back-to-back goals puts us up 5-3. 6-3, Adam Henrique. Offense decides to just explode. There were 3 straight goals in the third to give us the 6-3 win and send us on to the conference finals. A little bit of negative news there is it looks like we have lost Shane Gostisbehere to injury. Hopefully it's not the longest term thing, but you know, the defense has just been playing so well just throughout the playoffs so far. I think slotting in Bernard Docker, I think we should be okay. So whatever reason he's on the power play, again, it doesn't even matter in the postseason, or sorry, the shootout, my bad, not the power play. But let's continue on here. It looks like, yeah, we are going to be facing the Detroit Red Wings in the conference finals. So I wonder what Detroit is looking like now. I wonder if they've made any big changes in the first 2 years of franchise mode. Detroit Red Wings, let's go take a look at your team. So DeBrincat, Larkin, Raymond, just absolutely nasty first line that is looking really solid. They added Brandon Saad. You have Danielson, Kasper, you know, developing pretty well for them. They added Mikheyev. But yeah, it's a pretty good forward group there. You had Edmondson there up to an 89. He's really developed well. Obviously, Sider's looking good. William Linder, Sandin Pellikka, high top 4 is looking pretty good early on. And Sebastian Cossa, 88 overall. And did I see that right? He hasn't even lost in the playoffs this year. The Red Wings there, oops, in the wrong spot. Red Wings are 8-0 to start off the playoffs. He has very, very good numbers there as a goalie. Injuries, nothing, but some pretty big-time scratches there. You have Kane, you have Duchesne, and you have Mantha. Alright, so game number 1 here. We are starting things off in Pittsburgh. That is good to see. Come on, conference finals. First period, 2-0 Penguins, Malkin and Adam Henrique. Great start. Brian Rust adds 1 goal in the second, and in the third, the Red Wings will score 2, but we will hold on for the 3-2 win. So game number 1 here in the conference finals. That's a great start. Gostisbehere's eligible to come back. We're going to hold him out of the lineup at least for 1 more game here. It's not like we're in an elimination situation where everyone has to play. We're playing alright right now, so I think we can afford to keep him out at least for 1 game. First period here in game number 2, 3-0. Porter Martone, Erik Karlsson, and Porter Martone. The second, no goal scoring, and in the third, we hang on for the 3-0 shutout over the Wings. Just like that, we're up 2-0 here in the conference finals, and we're looking pretty good. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I like how this team is playing. Let's go and get Gostisbehere back into the lineup. Hopefully he's okay now. Bernard Docker, you can come out. Gostisbehere still lingering injury. Hopefully it's okay. He's had some time off to rest up a little bit. He should hopefully be okay. So game number 3, jumping into it here with the Wings. 1 after 1, Malkin and Wallinder. After 2, it is 3-2 Penguins. McCann and Graves add goals for us. And in the third, Red Wings will score 4 for the 6-4 victory. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy. They do end up taking that one there. And great, looks like Goss Despair is actually back out of the lineup there. He did get re-injured. That is very unfortunate. Thought he'd be alright, but you know, we are winning games with Bernard Docker in the lineup. He definitely looked like did alright in his short 2-game trials, so let's see if we can get back in the win column here in game number 4. So first period here in Detroit, 2-0 Penguins. Porter Martone and Brian Rust opened the scoring. 2-2 though, after 2 DeBrincat and Gavrikov, and in the third, Andrew Kopp scores. Just like that, we had 2-0 series lead here in the conference finals. It is now 2-2. So just like our series with the Isles, it will be a best of 3 here to see who moves on to the Stanley Cup finals. Let's just power on with it here. Come on, guys. First period, 2-0 Penguins once again. Letang and Lindgren, let's hold on to the lead this time. 3-0 now. Brian Rust adds another. One more period. Crosby and Comfort will score goals, but we will hang on for the 4-1 victory. So we are 1 game away from going back to the Stanley Cup finals. Come on, guys. In Detroit, let's send this crew back. First period here, 3-0 Penguins, Rust, Savoy, and Crosby. 4-0 now, Bernard Docker. And in the third, no goals scored. We will shut out the Red Wings 4-0. And just like that, we're going to the Stanley Cup finals. Now, who are we going to be facing? It looks like it's down to the Kraken and the Wild. Game 7 of their own. Who's going to end up coming out on top? And it is the Seattle Kraken. Interesting. So what are they looking like here a couple years in? Seattle Kraken, where are they? So you have Gavin McKenna. Interesting. He was the number 2 overall pick in 2026, 82 overall. You have Beniers, who's growing pretty good. You have obviously Berkeley Cadden. They're up to an 85 now at this point. Shane Wright. He still has his elite potential in this build, 86 overall. You know, they have a lot of pretty good players. Vince Dunn there at a 91. He's been ripping it up in the playoffs. And Joey Decord, you know, okay numbers, not amazing, but they've been good for sure. It's going to be a tough matchup here, but again, I like our team. I like our depth. I like our veterans. I think we have enough to get over the hump, but I don't know. Let's see. Game 1. We are starting things out at home. We have home ice here in the Stanley Cup Finals. Seattle, Pittsburgh, 0-0 after 1. Second period here, 2-0 Penguins. Ryan Lindgren and Evgeny Malkin. Great start. And in the third, they score 3 goals. Gavin McKenna, Skinner. I didn't even see what the last one was. That's not a good start to the Stanley Cup Finals. Those are the games that you have to win. You can't be dropping games like that. Okay, game number 2. We have to rebound here. Come on. In Pittsburgh still, 1-0 Mason Appleton. After 2-0 Rust. Let's hold this lead this time. And we will. Koivunen adds 1 for the 3-0 shutout. So we really should have had that first game. That's super annoying. But at least we tie up this series at 1 after winning game number 2. So heading out to Seattle now. Split the series. Let's take one of these games on the road. 2-1, Henrique gets 2. Beniers gets 1 on the power play for them. 3-2 after 2, Ilian and Skinner. And in the third, 7-2. There we go. Huge 4-goal outburst from your Penguins to give us the lead in the series. Okay, 2 more wins. Come on. We just have to get 2 more wins. So another game here in Seattle. Let's take a real stranglehold here. Come on, let's not let them back into it. First period, 1-0 Kraken. Gavin McKenna gets on the board first. 2-0 after 2, McKenna again. Come on, they can come back from 2. Let's see if we can do it. In the third, 3-0 shutout. Riker Evans will add 1. So 2 series prior to this, we were tied at 2, ended up winning. We are tied here at 2 in the series with the Kraken. So best of 3, once again, is there anything here that we want to change? So McCann's been doing really good. Crosby's been doing good. Malkin down to 81, but he's still been doing good, like performance-wise. Rucker, only 10 points. That's not good enough. Okay, so Rucker, you're going to be going down for sure. Martone, honestly, you've been doing a lot better recently. You will be coming back up. Outside of that, just swap those guys on the wing, and I think that's going to probably be it. Those guys have been fine on the fourth line. And defensively, I don't really want to make any changes at the moment. So, a few small changes. Come on. That's game number 5 here. 1-0 Penguins. Erik Karlsson will get us on the board first. Vladimir Tarasenko adds another goal for us, 2-0, and Porter Martone in the third, we will get the 3-0 shutout. And just like that, we are 1 game away. Have to win one of the next 2 games to win the Stanley Cup. Come on, guys, let's just finish it out here. Game number 6, do it for Crosby, do it for Malkin or Letang. Come on, 0-0 after 1. After 2, it is 1-1, Henrique and Schwartz. Power play Penguins here in the third, and Rutger McGroarty adds a goal, 2-1 Penguins. Let's hold on to this lead. Another power play goes nowhere. 10 minutes left. Come on, power play for the Kraken. That is killed off. We are out shooting them very slightly here. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Let's jump into this game. Come on, let's see if we can hold this lead and win a Stanley Cup. I know EA said they were adding new cameras into the game, but this is a whole new shot. I've never seen this before. We got the under the floor shot here. Don't know what's going on there. Alright, so we are in the game here now against the Seattle Kraken. 2-1 lead, 55 seconds. Sidney Crosby on the draw wins it. Erik Karlsson skates out with it, gives it to Evgeny Malkin. Come on, Malkin. See if you can finish it here. Shot is blocked. Kraken will take it the other way. Come on, Skinner has it. Empty net. We just have to get a shot on the net. Jeff Skinner. Beniers. Shot gets blocked. Goes right back to Beniers, who puts it in the empty side of the net. Just like that, another lead in the third gets blown by your Pittsburgh Penguins, and it is tied at 2 here in game number 6. Come on, we just can't hold on to any leads here in any of these series. I know last year with the Flames, that was a real issue for us as well. So, still have a chance here, come on. Still have some time here. Let's just force this thing to overtime. Let's regroup, and let's get out of this period here. So, Crosby back on the draw, wins it once again to Erik Karlsson. Karlsson dishes it to Malkin here. Skates in with it, passes intercepted by Brandon Montour, who will skate up with it here through the blue line. Passes it to Skinner, who takes a shot, and somehow that ends up going in. So we had the 2-1 lead here in the third with 55 seconds, and now 22 seconds later they have a 3-2 lead. EA Sports, what are you guys doing sometimes? Okay, we're calling a timeout here. We need the first line to have full energy here. As soon as we get possession of the puck, we will be pulling the goalie. I don't know if we're going to be able to come back here, but it's all we can do here. So Crosby, once again, huge face-off. You need to win this. And does not. Schwartz takes it on the wing. Need to get control of the puck here. Karlsson steals it, skates on the board, and I don't know what he's doing. Ryan Lindgren, pass it up to Malkin. Okay, gonna pause this here. Quickly pull a goalie. See if we can get that extra man out there here for the last like 10 seconds. Malkin to McCann, save, rebound, Malkin. Oh, another huge save on the rebound. 2.5 seconds left. I don't think that's gonna be enough time here. Looks like we have maybe blown this. Come on. This is an extremely important face-off for Crosby here. If we don't win, it's over. Crosby on the draw. Looks like he took a backhanded shot off the face-off. And the Seattle Kraken will take game number 6 by a score of 3-2. Okay, so we're going to 7. We are going to 7 games here in the Stanley Cup Finals against the Seattle Kraken. Come on, guys. This may be your last chance. This may be your last finals. Take advantage of this opportunity. Game 7 in Pittsburgh. Home ice advantage. First period, 1-0 Kraken. Not a great start. And 4-0 Kraken here after 2. Beniers, Montour, Nyman. I don't think we're going to end up doing it here. to score 4 goals in this period. Yep, just like that. Lorenz, you can sim the rest of it. 6-0 Game 7 loss. Come all this way, magical run to the finals, just to get blown out in Game 7. Oh, this game sometimes. Okay, let's get to the draft. Chicago Blackhawks move up from 8-1. Won another draft lottery. The news gets even better. Retired players should probably look at this here. So, top of the page, Foligno, Gagne, Barry, Ekman Larson. I don't see any of our guys. Go to Pittsburgh, sort, no skaters, no goalies. So everyone is coming back. Is everyone actually going to be on this roster? Probably not. Let's see here. Take a quick look at the awards and stuff here before we wrap up today's video and the playoff tree here. Again, you obviously know our road to the finals, but just if you're curious about anything else, go through these awards here quickly, see if we can get any individual ones. Actually, Carlson with the Norris and the Lady Byng. So some positive notes there. Blomqvist gets the William N. Jennings. So it's not a total loss season. We're just one game away. One single win away. It's definitely a tough way to go out. But I think that is going to do it for today's video. Heartbreaking end. But I don't know. I don't even really know what we're going to do with this team in the off season. Going to have to make a game plan and see what we can do. But that will do it for today's video. I will see you all in the next one.